a 31-year-old profligate gambler, playboy, and former whiskey and gun smuggler, read pirate, had a head start, and he would need it. He left from San Agustin in the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa on January 20, 1969, and landed at Hollywood Beach north of Miami, Florida, on July 19. Fairfax's east-to-west crossing took a torturous 180 days and was the first solo row crossing of the Atlantic in that direction. For both men, crossing the ocean meant thousands of miles of backbreaking effort, exhaustion, and bodily wear, tear, and injury. Vicious storms, gale winds, high waves, and sharks would all attack them. More than once their rowboats capsized. Battered beyond belief, hands blistered and bloody, almost continuously soaked to the skin, and fighting against mental and physical lethargy, both oarsmen rowed on, never seriously doubting a final success. What made the dogged determination of both men so incredible was the fact that neither man had any previous experience as an ocean rower, and McClean, worse yet, knew almost nothing about the sea or seamanship. He set off into the North Atlantic anyway. Completely Mad tells an intertwined story of the two astonishing journeys and the two uncommonly extraordinary men who were crazy enough to make them. What sort of person rows a boat solo across an ocean? Who would even consider taking on that sort of frightful and highly perilous challenge? Is it someone with a suicide wish? Is it a person out of balance mentally or emotionally? Is it a pure glory seeker, a daredevil? Is it a narcissist pining to be famous? Who possibly? Who in the world? As a research scholar specializing in aerospace history, I've learned a lot about people who risk their lives in perilous pursuits. I've spent 5 decades of my life studying in depth the lives of test pilots and astronauts. I am therefore quite familiar with the motivations of the rare breed of men and women whose driving passion is to fly experimental airplanes at great speeds, through fantastic maneuvers, to great heights, and ultimately even taking some of their craft to the edge of the atmosphere and beyond, into space. I've studied their background stories, their personalities and their ambitions, as well as their mindsets, emotional dispositions, and psychologies, and I have come to understand how far some human beings, perhaps those with the ineffable right stuff, will push their bodies and minds, their capabilities, and their goals in order to pioneer epic expeditions into the unknown. I had the great good fortune of writing the authorized biography of just such a man, Neil Armstrong, First Man, 2005, who, with his Apollo 11 crewmates Michael Collins and Buzz Aldrin, committed their flying careers and their very lives to an ultimate destination, a 500,000-mile trip from Earth to the moon and back. That sensational lunar goal was achieved not just at great cost to the nation, but, as we have found as we have delved more deeply over the years into the personal stories of the astronauts, also to themselves and their wives and children. After all, wasn't going to the moon the most dangerous mission of all time? I had always thought so until I thought about what it would take to row a boat solo across an ocean. Now, that sounded truly crazy. If given a choice of going to the moon with 2 other trained professionals, in a spacecraft as roomy as a large automobile, with a whole team of experts back at Mission Control in Houston, overseeing virtually every step of the trip, or rowing a small boat across the Atlantic Ocean by myself, requiring as many as 24,000 oar strokes per day? Which would I choose? Hands down, I'm going to the moon. Were John Fairfax and Tom McClean mad? Were they actually suffering from some clinical condition?